Hello, fellow Sudokans, and welcome to Zen and the Art of the Guardian Sudoku Puzzle. It's Wednesday, the 6th of November 2024. I hope you are keeping well, as stress-free as you possibly can be. What's going on in the world? Well, I don't know what's going on in the world, but I wanted to talk about a kind of newspaper article which I think has good intent but doesn't really help, because it produces some out-of-date information. What am I talking about? I'm talking about Bangkok Post. Now, I must admit, the English language dailies in Thailand, I think there's only one left. I think the Bangkok Post is the only one left, actually. There were a few in the past. I used to have a column for a competitor, a newspaper I never really liked, but I used to write for anyway. And I disliked it so much I never even bought the newspaper. So sometimes a check would arrive and I would go, oh, they must have printed my column again, but without me even noticing, because I didn't really care. Anyway, so I want to talk about this article, and it says Thailand ranks 5th in the world for having the highest number of female victims of secondhand smoke. This is based on statistics of a survey carried out in 2019. I have to point out we are at the end of 2024, right? So that's statistics that are 5 years old. Now, I'm not saying that I think it's a good thing or anything like, or that it's wrong, but you can't go around basing today's articles on 5-year-old figures. It gives numbers, and it says Thailand is compared to 57 other countries. So the data is only from so Thailand is the 5th highest in the world for Thai females being exposed to secondhand smoke, right? Of 57 countries, but there are more than 57 countries, right? So again, this data is it doesn't really work very well. The other thing is, in particular, they're talking about breast cancer, and according to this, the risk of developing breast cancer is 1.24 times higher than those living in tobacco-free environments. But that doesn't mean that is the major cause of breast cancer, does it? That means there's an increased risk. But the way that the article is worded, I'm not going to read the whole article, but it's worded as though like this is, like a major factor in breast cancer. The reason is the intent. They want people to, cut down on smoking or avoid secondhand smoke and this kind of thing, which of course is a good thing, and I'm all in favor of. But unfortunately, sloppy journalism like this, which is what we see a lot of in Thailand, I'm afraid, is more of the norm than the unusual. Anyway, there's that. Shall we get on with today's game of Sudoku then? So let's see what we've got here. This is the New York Times hard level Sudoku puzzle. I'm going to start with 4 blocking across here and going up there and giving me a 4 in that square. So that's the first thing I can see. Might be the only thing. No, there's 8s blocking across here and across here. Excuse me, if I get down hold down the right key, we'll get an 8 highlighted there. Now, I believe we've got 1, 4, 5, 7 missing in this column. 1, 4, 5, 7. Let me just double check that. I think I'm right. And we've got 4, 5, and 7 across the top, so we're going to get ourselves a digit 1 in that square. Oh, now the noise has started in the background. It was nice and quiet a moment ago. It seems to pick up when I start playing Sudoku. And so I said 1, 4, 5, 7. Now this 5 obviously is going to block those squares there, so that's going to give me the 5 up here, and then we're going to end up with 4 and 7 in those squares. It doesn't help with the 4s. Is there anything with 7s? I don't think so. But maybe we should investigate the other squares, which are not 4 or 7. They are 3, 6, 8, 9. 3, 9 across there. So we get 8s there. and not much else to write home about. So let's just look elsewhere. Again, looking for kind of opening, beginning stuff, really. I think the missing numbers in this block are 1279. Am I right? 1279. I think I am. We've got 127 across here. So that's going to be our 9. Our 1's here, the 2's there, the 7's we don't know. Let's have a look across here in case there's something useful. We're looking for 5, we're looking for 8, and we're looking for 6. 5, 6, 8. Not sure about that. Let's click on the digits and see if we get anything. Oh, no, I thought I discovered a triple of 5, 2 and 1 there, but it's not true. My eyes were wonky again. Yet again. I've got wonky eyes. Where to now? I'm not getting very far with this one. Nothing is springing to mind. Really nothing here. And so I think I'm going to just jump in feet first with the pencil marks, which means there are going to be a lot of pencil marks, I presume, but I don't know how else to deal with it, so I will get on with it. Let's start. 4 and 7 go here. 1s go in those squares. What else do we know about 1s? They appear somewhere down here. So do the 9s, by the way. Let me put the 9s there in case that helps. 1s are in those squares there. 2s are like this. Like this. Somewhere there. I mean, I'm hoping that I've just missed something obvious. That's what often happens. But it might just be a tough puzzle. Seven. 379. Oh no. No. Still trying to sort out stuff. 8's are there. I've got to take a break. Hold on, somebody's at my door. Okay, I shall resume my game of Sudoku after breaking for a visitor. Well, where was I? I see the blue highlights on the 8, so I guess I was putting in pencil marks for digit 8, because that's the only thing that makes sense. So we've got, I noticed 8 blocks this square and 8 blocks this square, so 8 is in the top row. It also blocks there, so we do have a pair of 8s just there. Nines are over here. And a pair of 9s up there. I was hoping to find a lot more information from pairs, but it doesn't look like I've found much. Which, as I said earlier on, I think I said this, it's going to be quite candidate heavy. But that's okay for me because that's the way that I can solve these games. Alright, let's get on with it. So I've got 7 missing in this particular block here. I'm going to come down here. What else do we know? 3 blocks across here, so we've got 3s possible in those squares. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What do we know? 6. Anything about 6s? No, that's not a pair of 3 and 9, is it? So 6 can go anywhere there. And that's all done. So down here, we don't know anything about digit 1. Don't think we know anything about digit 3. 6, still no idea. Oh dear. And 7 blocks across there. So that's it. So is there anything that we can find from that jumble? Not sure. So should we go across the bottom? This is a completely empty block, but we have candidates in it, so why not? 1, 2. What do we know about 3? Nada. 3 goes in there. 4. What do we know about 5? 5 blocks across there. And 6, where's a 6? Can't find these digits. Again, nothing really. 7, 8, 9 are done. Over this side we have 1 blocking down here, so we get 1s in those squares. What do we know about the 3 that blocks down here like this? 4 across the middle. 5, 6. Do we know anything about 6? We've got no indications on 6. And then 9 blocks across here. So yes, the bottom section is very candidate heavy. Then we've got another empty block up there, which is probably going to be heavy as well. But let's have a look and see if we can spot anything here first. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7. That's 5 numbers. 1, 7, 1, 2, 3, 6, 2, 3, 7. No, not quite. 4. I thought I'd found a hidden pair of 4 and something, but it's not true. It's not true. So a cursory glance doesn't reveal much. 1, 3, 4, 6. No. So I shall go up here. This might be a bit easier up in this section up here. Let's see. We've got 2 blocking across there, so 2s are still possible there. What do we know about 3s? Not much. 5 blocks this way. 6 blocks this way. And we're still looking for 8 blocks this way as well. Let's go to the top here. We've got 2 blocking across here. We've got 3 blocking across there. Where's a 5? We've got 5 blocking this square. 6, no idea. And 8 blocking up here. Five, 6, 8, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's just keep at it. This block looks like it's slightly friendlier than that one. There are 2 numbers here. So let's see if it is. 3s block like this, so we get 3s in those squares there. 4 we have already. What about 5? 5 blocks up here and across there, so we get 5s in those squares. 6, what do we know? 6 across here, so we get 6 in those squares there. 7 across here, and 7 up here puts 7 into those squares. And 8 blocking like so. So we get 8s over here. And 9s are done. Do we have some magic reveal somewhere? Not sure. 1 more block to go. 1, 2, 3. We've got 4 blocking across here like this. So we get 4s in those squares there. We've got 5 blocking up here and across here like this. Whereas I said before, early on, I thought I found a triple, but it was not to be. It was not true. My eyes were just off. 6. Do I see anything about 6s? No, I do not. So we'll put 6s anywhere. 7 blocks across here and up there. So we've got 7s in those squares. 8 is in. And what do we know about 9? 9 blocks across here, and that's it. So we've got 9s in those squares. Now I immediately see a pair of 6 and 9 here, so that can't be 6 or 9. That's got to be a 1. So hopefully that will get us started on where to go first. That can't be a 1 either. That's got to be a digit 1 there. So we reduced the workload a little bit. 6 and 9 pair here. This can't be 6 or 9 here, so we can remove the 6 and 9 there. So now we end up with 4 or 5 there. Is that going to do anything much? Not sure yet. Can we do any other things with digit 1? No, let's just go through the digits and see. Yes, we've got 2 in this square here. Now that's the one benefit of putting in all the candidates, is that if there's only one left, it's much easier to see if you're playing on a computer. So there's that side effect there. Fours are like so. That's the only 8 in the grid in that block. We also now can get rid of the 8s down here. That will give us a 6 here, and that will give us the opportunity to get rid of a lot of 6s. All of those at least, maybe more. And now a 9 goes in here. That's our 6 up there. And this is definitely not a 6 any longer. And this has to be a 3. So 9 in that square. Let's put 9 in this square down here, and we'll get rid of some 9s that we can no longer use. This 9 as well. Right, it's looking a lot easier. We've got a pair of 4 and 7 here now, so this has to be a 5. We get rid of the 5s there. That gives me a 5 in this square and a 4 in that square. 4 up there, 7 there, 7 there, 3 there, and a 4 down here. So 4 in that square. Again, let's do a bit of removals, shall we? Get rid of these candidate 4s and put our final digit 4 in there. That's our first completed digit, by the way, 4. 8 goes here. We're left here with a 7. So 7 up there. So 1 in here, 2 in there. And get rid of those 2s. Also get rid of those 3s. And we're left with 6 and 8 there. So that's got to be a 5, hasn't it now? So we can get rid of some more 5s. Let's do this. And we have a pair of 3 and 6, so this can't be 6. It's got to be 8. 6 has to be in this square. Again, let's do a bit more removals. Get rid of those 6s. Looking a lot clearer now, isn't it? We've got 5 up here, so this has got to be an 8, and that's going to give us 6 over here. So 3 there and 8 there. Get rid of the 8s. What else do I have to get rid of? 3s. We don't need 3 anymore. We've got 2, 5 and 6 in those squares. We've got 6, 3 and 6 down here, so we know that's got to be a 2, so that will be the 5, and that will be the 6. Get rid of the 6s down there. Right, only the bottom section to go now, and that's looking much lighter than it was before as well. Let's see what we still need to do. We got to get rid of those digit 1s. Something else I've got to get rid of down here is the 3s. We've got to get rid of the 3s. Let's see again. So 1 is looking okay. 2 is looking okay. 3 is in these 2 squares only. So we got to get rid of all of these candidate 3s like that. 5 is not finished yet. We've got 5 here, so we get rid of those 5s down there. Place a 5 here and a 5 there, and remove a 5 there. Now we know we've got 9 here, 1 there, and 1 up there. 2, 7, 2, 3. That's the only place for a 3 now. 3 there, 6 there. Over here for a 9. Something's done up here. Okay, we've got 7 already, so that's the 6. That's the 3. That's the 7. and over here for the 6, and it's done. Okay, so originally, seeing a lot of candidates looking quite tricky, but it did wait until the very last thing that I filled in, the last block filled in, but there was a 6-9 pair in that column, whatever column that was, column 7, I guess, and that was the key to the puzzle. Okay, that's it. Take care. Bye bye.